Welcome guys to another day of cooking. We're gonna make fried chicken today. The first step is to get your chicken legs and thighs. I'm gonna put them in a bowl and cover it with some buttermilk. I'm gonna add some hot sauce in. You can add however much you want. It's gonna give it some heat. And add some pepper, salt. Now I'm gonna add some paprika. You can put however much you want, depending on your spice level. Although paprika isn't really that spicy. And a little bit of cayenne pepper. I'm just gonna mix everything in. Now I'm just gonna cover it in some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge overnight. Then in a bowl, I'm going to add some flour. I'm going to add some cornstarch to it. I'm going to add a little spoon of baking powder. This is going to help the crust be more crunchy. Add salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin, dry rosemary, dry thyme, sage, oregano, basil, and a little bit of mustard powder. Now I'm just going to mix this in with my whisk until everything's well incorporated. I'm going to take the marinated chicken and coat it in the flour. You want to make sure you get a nice thin layer of flour on. Then I'm going to shake off any excess. Then put it back into the buttermilk, the double dredge. This is going to help it get an even crispier skin. Then shake off any excess and put it back into the flour. Then use your hand to pack it in and shake off any excess. And then put it to the side. Then in a large pan, I'm going to add some canola oil. You can use vegetable oil as well. Use an oil that has a neutral flavor and a high smoke point, so don't use olive oil. You know your oil is hot enough when you stick a wooden chopstick into the oil and it starts bubbling. Then I'm going to put my chicken in and I'm going to lay it into the pan. Don't try not to overcrowd the pan, so I'm going to do like 3 or 4 pieces of chicken at once. After around 12 to 14 minutes, your chicken should be looking golden brown. Then I'm just going to take it out and put it onto a wire rack to dry. Then check the temperature of the chicken. It should read 160 degrees Fahrenheit. It'll go up to 165 as it cools down. Then while it's still hot, season it with some salt. Using a strainer, I'm going to take out all these extra bits in the oil. If you don't do this, these parts will burn and ruin your next batch. Now we're going to cook the thighs. These thighs are going to take a little longer to cook. So instead of 12 to 14 minutes for the drumsticks, they're going to take 18 to 20 minutes for the thighs. Or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Then again, I'm going to take them off the pan on a wire rack to cool down and season it with salt while it's still hot. Now after the chicken is rested for about 5 minutes, it's time to taste it. The drums, they're really crispy on the outside and the inside it's really tender and juicy. I think the hot sauce at the beginning really comes through. And as you can see, this thigh is a little undercooked. So maybe cook it for around 22 minutes next time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video.